Tennessee Ale. Not sure who Hap and Harry are, but is it Big Orange? Hey, it's Brain Muffin back with a a beer review, and we'll just leave those mistakes in. And there's a gnat flying around. So here we have from, this is from R.S. Lipman Company, and apparently they make spirits as well. They're a distributor Jack Daniels, I should say. So on the back is the story about this beer. I'm not going to read it to you, and you can go online, but they're from Lynchburg, Tennessee, and this is a company that so they've been sharing, these men shared a friendship over half a century ago, and that's cheers to great friends and great beer. So I'm not sure if this is, so Nashville, Tennessee is where Hap Harry's Brewing Company is in Nashville, so that's central Tennessee. I'm guessing about 4-ish hours from where I am. I'm about as far east Tennessee as you can be and still be in the state. I don't know how many miles to the state line, but it's not far. But there's plenty of land between me and the state line. Plenty of houses too. I don't know if anyone is up on Stone Mountain there other than some cabins. But and I know you're like, well, I can't see anything because the curtains are closed. It's too dark. One of these days I'm going to get all situated and get the lighting correctly so that you can see the mountains behind me while I'm talking. That's part of the problem is it's southeast and it gets a lot of light. So it's always well lit when the sun's out. So Tennessee Ale is interesting. I'm not sure if I should be expecting whiskey notes or something like that, but that would be a really good thing. A Highlander beer my mother liked many years ago had the whiskey malt. Oh, it was so good. And that brewery stopped making that a long time ago. That was a German brewer. That was a very surprising beer, and I really wish I could get some to review, but it's long gone, from what I understand. So this one, wow. It's got really malty notes. So it's got a nice deep orange color. I love it. It's quite, I poured that quite poorly. There's a little bit left in the can. Man, look at the head stand up like that. That's one of the things with these Sam Adams glasses. They really are great for head retention. If a beer can't hold a head in this glass, it's got a horrible head retention. This almost reminds me of a really malty Oktoberfest. Nice, almost spicy notes. I wonder if there's some rye malt in there. I mean, it doesn't say what the grain bill is on here. I'll get it eventually. But I like how clear it is. It's got a nice orangey color, so go UT. Really ought to have my Tennessee Vols shirt on, but most of them are long sleeve and it's too hot for that. So maybe later. Well, let's see what we got. The foam's good. Yeah, this almost, it's like a very clean ale. It almost wants to be a lager, almost. So, according to Untappd, 22 IBUs, which is probably about right. There's a hint of bitterness, and then it just goes whoosh. But the maltiness I'm kind of disappointed. The nose is malty, and it's malty mid-mouth, but it's not the strong malt I was expecting because of the aroma. It's not bready, it's not biscuity. But it's clean. There's some nice hoppiness in there. Not a whole lot, but there's hints of hops. I like the idea. Love the color. Head retention's great. As foamy as it is, it's not creamy. And I don't know if I was going to say a Tennessee Ale, what exactly I would expect, other than I want to believe I would expect hints of whiskey. Here's why I say that. So the Kentucky Ale, which I think that's in Lexington, or maybe it's in Louisville. No, it doesn't matter. I think it's Lexington. That's a malty, clear ale, and it's not bad. And then when they put it in the bourbon barrels, that makes it even more of a Kentucky ale. To me, that's the real Kentucky ale is the bourbon barrel aged, which is a little bit lighter color than that. And then you get the bourbon, the vanilla, and the maltiness. It's really good. Very popular. It sells very quickly in the Cincinnati area where I used to live. And then their bourbon barrel stout is very good. And you mix the two together and they call it a double barrel. But that is pretty good. Now granted, it's also Middle Tennessee. So that's a bit different culture. It's different geography. That's what the 3 stars in the Tennessee flag are for. So I'm not a whole lot familiar with the background there. So I may be missing the boat a bit. But to me, this one misses the boat a bit. It's like a 3.75, almost a 4, but not quite. Here's what I'm lingering. The malt sweetness needs to linger longer, if that's such a thing. I want it to be maltier, and I would like to see hints of whiskey malt, not aged in whiskey barrels necessarily, but some of the, like a smoke, just slight smokiness, just a tiny bit of hint of Tennessee whiskey. But aged in bourbon barrels, I bet would be, or not bourbon barrels, but whiskey barrels. Sorry, bourbon's from Kentucky. Tennessee whiskey barrels would probably be a good idea. But I think and it's a little thin on the mouthfeel. So there's a few things, there's a little room for tweaks and things. Now granted, I don't know what they were fully going for. They could love this beer and they think it's a 5 out of 5, and that's great. But from the Tennessee aspect, and maybe I'm a bit, you know, yes, I moved back to the state, haven't lived here in over 20 years, so maybe I'm the one that's the problem. But anyway, so have you tried Hap Harry's Tennessee Ale? Do you think I'm full of it? Let me know in the comments below. You think it's great? You think there's other stuff from Hap Harry's brewery that I definitely should check out? Or the LS Lipman company, whichever the brewery, I don't know if it has, yeah, Hap Harry's Brewing, Nashville, Tennessee. This is the only thing I've seen so far from this brewery around here, but you know, I am willing to travel to find stuff. One of the things I really want to do at some point, there's 2 road trips I really want to take. One's to Asheville and one's down to Athens to Creature Comforts. That's like 4.5 hours. So meet up with Sir Nicholas and we will enjoy everything they've got. So let me know. Thank you so much for subscribing and clicking the like. If you want to know when I upload, because it's been sporadic and I'm trying to get back on schedule, definitely click the bell notification, because I might upload a video at 2 o'clock in the morning. With the internet around here, it may take that long. It may have to be craziness like that as well. Can't really upload in the middle of the day like I used to. So thank you very much, and we will see you. Goodbye. All right, we got to recheck since I changed. There's yet another gnat. It's definitely malty. It's smooth. It is light. It's not dark. Who in the world said that? Food Ryan. I like that though. It has hints of a malty lager. Just needs a little bit of pizzazz.